You guys, but seriously though, you guys are about to experience the craziest no stunlock stream. I'm like actually so excited. I'm swearing on this. I will do this. I can do this. Copium. No. No copium. No copium here. No copium here.
Talk to you about personal stuff.
And then I'll
outside
keep,
of content.
because it's really hard to keep.
For anyone who missed the beginning of this, it was kind of like just a round table between Hassan, Valky, and Ludwig about assumptions about streamers.
Keep relationships going with many people. So we're gonna rip this, okay?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your birthday, I went to your birthday thing.
Oh, we saw this.
Yeah, 'cause
I forgot. Mayor Cat rewinded the video.
Separate friends and streamer friends. And I think they're
Okay.
two separate things. And I think it can bleed over, but I think I'll find that out when I retire from streaming.
Ooh, you're gonna retire?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna retire for sure. Are you not? Are you gonna do it till when you're 80?
It's, yeah.
Really?
I think so.
When
I
will
think
you
there's
retire?
always
think-
gonna be a game, and if I'm gonna play a game, I'm gonna stream it.
You're gonna be straight up 80 years old.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Granny Ray.
Granny Ray.
Yeah. Well,
I think
it's
you
just,
know the answer for my side.
And you're also gonna stream until you're 80?
I'm gonna-
really?
I mean, your field, like, you can do
Yeah.
that.
Gets better with age.
Oh my God. Dude, I would retire.
That is the one really cool thing about politics, which is it does get better with age. Like, think about how we feel about Bernie, or like we used to feel about Bernie. Think about how we feel about like Norm Finkelstein. Are you going to retire? More likely than not, I probably will end up doing what Pokey does, which is she streams very consistently and then takes like a month off of streaming every few years. I think way more likely is that like I do that. Because I really do like streaming. Like I enjoy it. I have fun doing it. But I also wish I could take more breaks. So at the point where I would normally retire is when I would start taking these like months off every few years to just like go other places and see other things and do other things. Yeah, that and like I would be streaming. I don't think I would ever stop streaming, but I would stream like, I'd probably end up streaming 3 days a week. I don't know how, 3 days a week minimum. I don't know how the fuck Hassan does that. I don't know how he does 7 days a week. That's crazy.
I'm gonna try her in the next 5
I mean,
years.
I don't think I'm gonna have like a contract forever, but I think I'll do it casually, like how I have before.
I will
Stream
be gone.
for fun.
Nobody will know where I am. I'll be on a mountain.
But we're gonna be friends, so we'll know which mountain.
You'll be able to come to my mountain.
Yeah, we'll go to the mountain.
I'll
You can come to
stream.
my mountain. Wow, no. No. Bad Hassan.
No.
This one comes from Jar Jar. Ludwig needs a financial advisor because he keeps getting scammed.
He
Jar
probably
Jar,
already
first
has
off,
one.
he shouldn't die. Second off, I don't. I'm cool with getting scammed because I'd rather get scammed 100 times and never lose faith in humanity than get scammed and become cold and callous. And I've also respectfully made enough money and I have it in a bank that I could lose everything I have and I'll be fine. I'll live off that and I'll make a bakery and I'll make a bread and I'll sell my bread and I'll make money doing that.
Tell
He
me where the
likes
bank
getting
is. I'm
scammed
gonna
for
scam
content.
you. Yeah. He does make content out of
That's
it.
true.
And those videos do well.
Yeah. And well,
I also have to say one other thing, which is if I was to retire, I would probably retire and spend my time doing stuff that isn't streaming, but stream it anyways. Very similar to like what Maya does, where I think Maya has it figured out, where she wants to work with animals. She wants to have a sanctuary. She wants to provide like a home for these animals that otherwise, maybe wouldn't have one. And she also streams it as a way to, generate revenue and generate eyes and donations, I presume. And that would be like the closest I would get, I feel like. Because doing something else that I love and then streaming that sounds really, really cool. That sounds really, really cool. Doing something that's very touch grassy. But the thing is, I also love politics. I've always loved politics. I always loved debating and talking about politics and arguing about politics. You'll be streaming Wormy sleeping. Honestly, yeah. Maya's already winning. She is. She's won at life. She has. I used to say I would run a bakery, but then I realized I don't need that stress. I'll just work at someone else's. No, running your own bakery is dog shit. It's dog shit. Aren't you going to Alvea soon? I am. I'm so excited. Traveling denims would be a vibe. Yeah. 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 Denim run a cat sanctuary with at least 3 cats named Comrade Meow. Yeah. Also, having a zoo and introducing new animals is just permanent content. That's another good point. The fucking chatter is content brained.
Usually they make it back, except for when I got scammed out of 100K. That one definitely was tough.
Mike at Night says, I assume Hassan wishes he had even more impact than he does currently.
That's true, 100%. Yeah, I do. A lot of people...
What that mean?
I'm just one person, but I have a massive community. And what that means is, in the more, like, I guess, marketable moments, like, what that means is we are able to fundraise so quickly and so expediently for important causes that I care about, that my community cares about, and that's really good. But beyond that, my goal always has been, since day one, to change the... Why are you laughing?
Because you did the Vivek Ramaswamy.
Oh my God.
Day one.
Yeah. No, my goal has been, since I started this, my goal has been to change people's minds, have them become more charitable to others, have them become more charitable to perspectives that they were unfamiliar with. And I feel like that's valuable because it gets a lot more people to start really understanding why they feel the way that they do, or why things don't ever change, and all these structural hurdles that they must overcome. And that's my goal, is to get people to basically change their framework.
So you want to make an impact, and your body doesn't...
Hassle. Hashy. My wife works with PBS and works with the Pulitzer Foundation. She just finished producing and launching a podcast called Pulitzer on the Road, with the most recent episode focusing on Chernov and a team of AP journalists in the war. Whoa. That's pretty pog. Yeah, I have to say, I wish I had more reach for the purpose of being able to fundraise and for the purpose of being able to enact real change in a real way. But I also very selfishly do not want that. Like, because in my opinion, I feel like after a certain size, as like a streamer, as a content creator, it's like you have diminishing returns. And I don't want that. I don't want that. Like, I just don't want that smoke, man. It's just too much stress. And like, think about Pokey. Like, she can't say or do anything online without there being freaks on the internet ready to pounce. And that sounds fucking terrible. It just sounds like, ugh. I think after a certain size, you really do receive diminishing returns. Which sucks, because being able to enact more change is cool, but man, do I not want all that other, like, stuff that comes with it. You build diff, though? What does that mean? It's impossible to read chats that move that fast? I mean, kind of, yeah. Kind of. Pokey seems so nice, too. That's the wildest thing. She is super nice. She's actually so nice. She's actually so nice. I think also a lot of streamers are afraid of aging online. Yeah, I agree with that. I think I agree with that. I think I got kind of lucky because I decided pretty early on, this is going to sound so middle school syndrome, but whatever. I decided early on that I wasn't going to do the stupid bullshit that everybody else, I feel like I saw around me did, which was constantly worry and panic about getting older. And I just thought, like, fuck that. Like, that looks like so much stress that people are putting themselves under. Like, oh my God, I'm going to get old. I'm going to get wrinkles. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I'm just like, that's so much. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you add all that stress to yourself? That's dumb. Just don't, forehead. Just don't care, forehead. Just do the best you can. And I've always thought it was cringe when people are like, I'm 25, my life is over. I'm 30, my life is over. I'm 35, my life is over. I'm 40, my life is over. It's like, you know, maybe if you stopped saying your life was over, you would actually be able to enjoy it. Maybe. Just an idea. I thought that way and then I got wrinkles. Yeah, but like wrinkles aren't caused, honestly, sorry, wrinkles are not even predominantly caused by aging. Wrinkles are caused predominantly by your use of sunscreen and the amount of time you spend outside. Like photo aging, aka damage from the sun, will do more than anything else will. And I know this to be true because I never leave my house. Ever. And when I do, I wear sunscreen. And I actually do skincare and my skin looks great. To be fair, I do have like a melanin passive. So, yeah. But seriously though, seriously. It's one of those things that like I refuse to care about. Like I refuse to sit here and spend my entire life getting worried that I'm getting too old instead of just enjoying what I'm doing and enjoying living. And I also kind of got lucky into not having to care since I never leave my house. So I'm just not going to, I guess, worry about the results of aging as much because I literally don't leave my house. I leave my house maybe max like an hour a day, and I'm wearing sunscreen the whole time. And I only started wearing sunscreen because I started doing tretinoin in my skincare routine. And apparently if you use tretinoin in your skincare routine and you don't use sunscreen, you will literally, your skin will start to burn when it's in the sun. So I only started doing that so I wouldn't get sunburnt. And now I'm like, well, I guess I started doing it. Might as well keep doing it. You don't need a prescription for that? No, you do. You do need one. But it's like you literally, a prescription as in like you go book an appointment with a dermatologist and you're like, can I get this product? And they're like, okay. That's like the prescription. You leave your house, ? Yeah, I mean, I leave my house. I like going on walks. Like if I can, I'd prefer to walk. How do you not leave your house? Well, I work at home. I work from home. So I will spend sometimes like 10 hours a day on my computer working. And my favorite hobby is playing video games. So I also spend all my free time at home on my computer. So I do all my work on my computer at home and I do all my hobbies on my computer at home. And I make exceptions for going and getting groceries and going on my occasional walks. The good news, guys, is that I went and I did a blood test and I'm good on vitamin D. I'm good on that. I'm good on all my vitamins. I'm not vitamin deficient. Did you guys know that? I'm so happy for myself. I know. It's great. I don't believe you. I'm serious. I'm so serious. I did. So yeah, they did say that like my cholesterol was a little high, like just barely above the threshold of like healthy. And I'm like, they're like, oh, it could be many reasons. It could be genetic. It could be diet. It could be blah. And I'm like, just call me American at this point, man. Just call me Americans. Just call me an American. Your age problems won't be wrinkles. It'll be back pain from too much computer terror, speaking from experience. Oh, yeah, but our conversation was about streamers being afraid of aging online. Did your doctors give you an idea as to why your resting heart rate was so high? Well, one of my doctors said it was like drinking less water makes you dehydrated. Wow, shocker. The sun is bright. And the dehydration means that your heart has to work harder to pump blood, which increases your heart rate. So I've been trying to be more diligent about drinking more water. Let's see what my heart rate is. Wait, is this? Yeah, this measures your heart rate. Does this count as a stun lock? No, because it's related to the conversation. But if it goes on beyond this, then it's a stun lock. Oh shit, coffee. That's water adjacent, right? And the thing is, you know, I really don't even oh, my heart rate's high again, guys. I don't even have caffeine. Is the thing. Like I really don't even eat. I don't even really drink that much caffeine. Like I have maybe 100 milligrams a day, less than that. And that's it. It's because you find chat attractive. It's because I'm so nervous to be around my crush. It's because I'm so nervous to be around chat. Okay, it says, oh, it's not that bad. Guys, it's actually, my heart rate's actually not that bad. It's 90 right now. And before anyone says anything, I said it's not that bad. I didn't say it's good. I said it's not that bad. So not bad. 90 degrees. I mean, 90 degrees. 90 in comparison to when I went to the doctor and it said 120. And they're like, let's just test your, let's test your vitals again. And then it came back 110. But I have anxiety. I have social anxiety. So kind of my heart rate is always going to be elevated when I'm at the doctor's office. It's always going to be like 10, 20 higher than at the doctor's office. Is your blood pressure okay? Yeah. My blood pressure always comes back to, like I said, I did like a full blood work test done and they said everything was good. I'll have to double check and see everything that they've tested for, but they said everything was good and that it was just that my cholesterol was a little high, which that's like fixable. And honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if a big part of it was because I don't do enough cardio. I think if I get better about doing my cardio and I get better about drinking more water and continuing to drink more water, I really don't have to worry about it, really. Anyways, do more water, drink more cardio. Exactly. Eggs. I actually eat a lot of eggs. Eggs are high in cholesterol. Yeah, but eggs are high in good cholesterol, so it's okay. Which also is another thing. They didn't tell me if it was that I was high in LDL or HDL. So I would have to check like the results. I'll check the results while we watch some more of this video because now I'm curious. You got good results without supplement vitamins? My relationship with supplement vitamins is I take them when I remember. So like maybe once a week I'll take some vitamins. But I try to just do like the normie thing and just like get a bunch of different variety of foods when I buy stuff. Like I try to make sure to buy some oranges and some apples and some carrots. And I try to eat some of those every day. Something that is like fruits and vegetables every day. And then going out in the sun and drinking water. Just like trying to eat balanced-ish food.
Quit. When is enough impact? Is there a line where you've impacted enough?
No.
So you want to impact you want to touch everyone. You want 7 billion people to hear you.
The more I can reach out to a broader audience that will be more interested in understanding, you know, the structural violence of poverty or all of these different forms of oppression, the better they will make their own lives as well. And that actually is a real thing. Like as far as impact goes, the lesser seen side of the impact that I have, I think, is when, you know, every now and then there will be like an article like in Lansing, Michigan, Chipotle unionized, a Chipotle store unionized. And it was actually 2 dudes that were fans of mine. And they started that conversation of unionization.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't care to like, A, because I don't think I can, but B, because I don't want to. convert people from the right to the left. I feel like my goal when I make content, which has been like, I haven't had a day one, I haven't had a squeaks moment, but I've kind of changed what I've wanted to do over the course of all the time that I've streamed. The main thing that I want to do right now is just show people that, stop calling me, show people that politics is not hard and politics is not confusing. It's just one of those things that if you can dedicate time to building a good foundation, anyone can engage with politics. My goal is to get everyone a little engaged with politics. Like I want to convert people who know nothing about politics and who think like, I could never get into it. It's too hard. And I'm too afraid to be wrong. To show them like, hey, yeah, anyone can have politics in bio. I know you're disillusioned and I know like the system sucks and everything, but no, man, you don't have to know everything to engage in like politics. You don't actually. You just have to know that you don't know everything and do your best to learn. And as long as you have a good base, as long as you have a good foundation of like, I treat everyone equally, I want everyone to exist in a harmonious manner, I want suffering to end, that's it. It's just, it's not, anyone can digest it. Anyone can digest that.
After talking to one another, it's stuff like that that matters. When I'm able to get people to join local organizations, do mutual aid, do charity, that is what I care about.
Streamers' careers are built on stealing content.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, the reacting stuff. I mean, you guys react a lot. I play a lot of games.
Hey.
They do not react a lot. Them is sitting there saying nothing and eating their food is not reacting a lot. Okay? Maybe they steal a lot of content, but they don't react a lot, Valky.
People react to me.
Yeah, I think the answer is yes. I did a survey with 30 of the biggest streamers in the world, and I asked them if they steal content or steal ideas.
I was part of that.
29 out of 30 said yes.
Two of them are here with you.
Yeah.
In the survey.
Two of the legendary streamers are here. 29 out of 30 said yes. The only one who didn't say yes was Tarek, who just streams Valorant all day.
Yeah.
And so I guess there's no real thievery there.
There are good ways of doing it, and then there are bad ways of doing it. I think we've dealt with the bad ways of doing it many times over. I myself have contributed to bad ways of doing it as well, and throughout that process have changed the way that I react to content. But more often than not, I'm either reacting to straight up news, and it is informative commentary on top of the news, or friends of mine that are making content that love when I react. Having said that, however,
Yeah, I just like that response from Valkyrae because you can also make the argument that playing games is stealing from the game makers. And you know the craziest thing about stealing? You know the craziest thing about gaming streamers versus React streamers? I feel like you're more likely to be stealing as a gaming streamer than you are as a React streamer. And hear me out, I know what you're thinking. What are you, crazy? The drama YouTubers that I watch tell me that that's not true. But here's the thing. Famously, Nintendo used to hate when people stream their games. And technically, Nintendo had the right, and still does have the right, to sue the shit out of people. Well, not sue them, but to DMCA them. To copyright strike, hey, you don't have permission to be streaming this game. Streaming someone else's video game is still considered copyright if the person who made the game didn't give them explicit permission, right? I feel like I remember a dev mentioning years ago that technically streamers never get permissions to stream the games that they play, and they could get struck if a company wanted them to. Yes. Now, the idea, of course, and the reason why we're okay with it is the very next chat message, which is, as a game dev, we love when people stream our games. It's exposure and it's marketing for us, especially if you're a smaller studio. And this is the thing that just doesn't seem to click inside of people's brains when it comes to watching things that you didn't make. I would like to point to movies and shows that aired like decades ago. Do you remember when people got mad that streamers were watching Gordon Ramsay? It's like, dude, that's free advertisement for Gordon Ramsay's shows. Gordon Ramsay is not losing profit. He's not losing money to streamers streaming the first 5 seasons of Hell's Kitchen. It aired in like fucking 2007. They don't care. They care if you start watching their most recent show, because the views that they get on cable television they determine how much they'll make and how many more seasons they can get. But like fucking reality TV that's not evergreen content, it's honestly, the reason why there's so many TV shows that you can watch on Twitch without getting literally anything happen to you is because the creators of those shows or the directors of those shows or executive producers of those shows understand all you are doing is drawing more traffic to their brand. And the thing is, they already made back plenty of money off of these shows. That's why they don't care. It's because they're not losing profit from that. Do you want to know who is losing profit? Game studios who let their big game studios who let streamers stream their games. Because I will tell you, when I was a poor teenager and I didn't have the money for all the video games I wanted to play, I kind of just watched playthroughs. And if not for the playthroughs, I would have bought the game. I would have found a way to buy the game because I really wanted to play it. But I watched those gaming streams and I watched those Let's Plays because I couldn't afford the game. So, yeah. But you want to know what I've never done? I've never went and watched a streamer watch a YouTube video instead of going and watching that video. Have I wanted streamers to watch a video I watched because I wanted to see what their reaction was? Yes. Have I watched streamers who watch videos because I considered that streamer to be a curator of good content that I otherwise wouldn't be able to find on YouTube? Yes. Have I ever just sat around waiting and I'm like, well, I would never watch this like YouTube video. I need a streamer to steal the content first in order for me to watch it. No, that's stupid. That's really dumb. If I wanted to watch a video, I just go and watch it and then I watch it again with my streamer. Like, it's ridiculous. It's so silly. Anyways, there are just so many people that like their understanding of DMCA is so bad and they go after like React streamers because it's an easy target. And it's easy to feel morally superior, especially when your understanding of streaming is like, you just sit there and you watch videos. How hard is it? I actually make an important big video. And I will tell you this, each individual stream generally requires way less prep than a YouTube video. But streaming just has different challenges than making YouTube content. That's it. Also, without clippers, you can't even look up the streamer watching the video. You can't go to Twitch and find someone watching a specific video. Similarly, if I watch a streamer play a game and it ends up being ass, it saves me from spending money on that game. Yup. Yeah. Honestly, dude, I need to get Dan Clancy on my what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Speed dial. I need to get my boss on speed dial and call him and be like, dude, when will you let us search in Twitch titles? Why can't I search within the Twitch titles? There's no way that that's hard to code. There's no way. I refuse to believe that that's hard to code. That it's hard to code, pull from channel title, search this word in channel title. I don't believe you. It sounds too bullshit to me. If YouTube can do it, Twitch can do it. There's no reason. There's no fucking reason that you can't do it. Like, if I wanted to watch a video on Uh, guys, quickly. Guys, quickly. Think of. Oh, Helldivers. Well, no. It has to be the title. It has to be a title. No, not feet, not porn. Use your own title as an example. Dude, you're so smart. Listen, let's say I wanted to watch live streams about that are talking about the debate between Hen Mezek and Owen Jones. Let's say I go to YouTube and I look up Owen Jones. Right? You can just go to the filters, go to the live feature, and it'll show you anything that has Owen Jones in the title. Of course, there's not that many, but a title search should not be difficult. It shouldn't be the case that you have to go to the just chatting section and then control find some stupid bullshit. And if I can do it in YouTube, if I can do it on YouTube, I should be able to do it on Twitch. I need to get Mr. Dan Clancy on that shit. Because there's no reason that it's not there. There's fucking no reason.
Yeah, it's there's definitely a theft component to it, because if you're doing it to someone that you don't have an established relationship with, and I myself have definitely engaged in that, and what if they don't like that, or they don't like the way you're reacting to it, then all of a sudden you're in a tricky area.
I mean, let's not mince words. Streamers steal a bunch of shit, bro. It's the Wild West, especially on Twitch, because they don't have a content ID system. I think even Kick is worse. There was someone
Kick's
streaming
even worse, yeah.
Someone streaming the Super Bowl last year. There's people who stream movies.
Aiden was...
This is a very good point, because I would agree with this. I think almost every single streamer is stealing. Even streamers that think that they're not stealing are stealing, in my personal opinion. I mean, tell me, look me in the eyes and tell me, what is the difference between me playing a YouTube video and not saying anything, and a gaming streamer playing Disco Elysium, for example, and not saying anything and just playing the game? At the end of the day, you're just taking the content and putting it on your screen and doing nothing. Like not being additive or whatever. In my opinion, almost every single streamer is stealing. Okay, you know what? You bring a good point. Body painting streamers aren't stealing. You know who's not stealing? Body painting streamers. You're right. The true heroes of Twitch. You know who's not stealing? Novaru, sitting on a glass or plastic chair and showing her asshole. Not literally, but you guys get the point. Hot tub streamers, now that is the queens of original content, legitimately. But here's the thing, right? Wait, so hear me out. Let's just say every single streamer is stealing. Whether they're stealing ideas from other creators, whether they're stealing videos, whether they're stealing content, whether they're stealing video games, whatever. Let's just say that they're all stealing, okay? Let's bite the bullet on that for just a second. Funny enough, I've seen playthroughs that literally said full playthrough, no commentary. Yes. And it's because you want to consume that video game, but you don't want to deal with somebody else talking over it, right? Moving on. I must pose a question to all of you. Is there a legitimate difference between going to Walmart and accidentally not scanning a couple items versus stealing an old lady's purse? Is there a significant enough difference between stealing from a person and stealing from a corporation? Yeah. Hello? Yes. Duh. Walmart has loss assurance? Exactly. Walmart literally, and again, for anyone who doesn't know, in accounting, there is how do I say this? They account for losses. I know, crazy. There's something called shrink, and shrink is basically money lost due to theft, among a bunch of other things. Like products going bad. If you run a grocery store, for example, maybe you set aside X amount of money because this number of groceries is going to go bad. This number of groceries is just going to get lost, and we're going to lose some other money somewhere else. Breakage. Yeah, maybe these fruits went bad. Did I already say that? I already said that. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyways, also, most losses are internal and inventory issues. Yes. It's literally one of the first things they teach you in Accounting 101? Yes, exactly. When the corporation literally sets aside a certain amount of money, a certain amount of their profits, they put it aside and they're like, okay, we're putting aside $2 million this quarter towards shrink. We should still generate hundreds of millions of dollars of profit or revenue or whatever. But all of this spoiled, damaged, and stolen items, we're just going to write that off. And then guess what? The company, well, actually, I would have to double check, but I'm pretty sure they can write those losses off. I'm pretty sure those are losses that they can remove off of their basically tax bill. I could be mistaken because it's been a while since I've touched my accounting textbook. See, this is why I want to get my CPA so that I can feel like 100% confident because I'm sitting at 99%. Yes, you can. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then basically this gap, I guess, dictates how you are supposed to measure that. And it's just supposed to be within a certain range. It's like, we expect to lose 2 million. We ended up losing 1.5 million. Okay, cool. We'll just adjust for that. Great. Blah, 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 blah. When I worked at Pathmark, I worked in receiving. Nearly every trailer had damaged items in it. Yeah, exactly. Because it's just going to happen. It's like, you can't transport hundreds of thousands of tons of product every year and have nothing bad happen to a single product. Right? That's just like common sense. News flash, people are clumsy fucks. It's just John. Thank you for the gift sub. Guess what? When you steal from that random old lady, she doesn't necessarily have, or there at the very least, there's no guarantee that that woman has a retirement fund that she can just like take money out of to make up for the money that she lost from the theft. She doesn't have an account set up to measure shrink that she can write off on her taxes. That's not something that she can do. One of those things, one of those types of theft, way worse. Stealing from a person, super bad. Stealing some food from Walmart? Okay. I don't care about that at all. And there are potentially emotional items in her purse that can't be replaced. Also, she doesn't exploit fucking prison labor. Yeah, dude. The fact that like there are so many companies that exploit prison labor is crazy. Crazy. Anyways, moving on. Is that not the same thing as streaming? There are people and there are channels that it feels wrong to like steal from. And then there are people and pages that like, who gives a fuck? Like, I always thought it was funny. I'm so internet brain rotted. I always thought, and I still think it's very funny when people get mad at streamers who stream news, like streamers who stream CNN or Al Jazeera. It's like, sir, the multi-billion-dollar news conglomerate will be okay. They'll be okay. I know, a bold stance here, but actually, me restreaming CNN is not as bad as me streaming an individual person's channel. One of those I should ask, like, for example, if I'm watching YouTube videos from YouTubers I don't know, I should, and most streamers should, even if this is never going to happen. Streamers should ask and be like, hey, can I watch your video? Can I react to your video? And I've done it a handful of times. I'm not going to fucking ask CNN if I can react to their content. What do I care if CNN gets mad at me for stealing their content? Hello? They're a multi-billion-dollar fucking news conglomerate. I don't care. And you're never going to make me care about stealing from a corporation, you idiot. Incredible stuff. Incredible. And it's the same thing with like stealing a game from a AAA studio. If like a game dev said, I don't want people to stream my game. I'm like, let's say Stardew Valley. Now, of course, let's not get into whether or not the streams actually bring more revenue, because that's not relevant or related to the point that I'm trying to make right now. The only point I'm trying to make right now is if a game dev, one singular game dev, like the Stardew, like Concerned Ape, the guy who made Stardew Valley, He made all the music, all of the assets, he did all the coding, all of it. And he said, I really would like people to not stream my game. Just, I don't give a fuck if I make money. I don't give a fuck if my game is successful. I just don't want it to be a game that's streamed. I don't even care if streaming makes it more popular. I don't want you to. Don't do it. I think most streamers would feel a little bit weird about playing it because they're like, oh, well, I don't want to go against this guy's wishes. Right? Like, this feels wrong to do that. And like, at the end of the day, it is their game. They made it. I'm going to respect it. If Blizzard makes a game, I don't care. All of the people are getting paid for their labor. All the people who do, not well, but that is a problem that we can't solve by stopping playing and streaming video games. That's a problem that needs to be solved through unions, in my opinion, like crunch and everything. But like the people who worked on it got paid. Me streaming it does not reduce their pay or increase their pay. And it is not an individual person's item anymore. It's a corporation's item anymore. The corporation has the rights to that game. So it doesn't matter that you're stealing a Blizzard game. Basically, all that to say is steal is a neutral word, in my opinion, in the context of content theft. And there is stealing that is objectively wrong and bad, taking things from people and watching things and playing things from people who are asking you not to. And then there's stealing that is totally morally acceptable. Blizzard steals their employees' breast milk, so therefore it is morally right to steal from Blizzard. Fucking exactly, Agni Kai, exactly. Just imagine the BG3 dev said, stop fucking Karl and stop streaming it. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not here to name names.
The face of Kick was streaming the Super Bowl last year.
Someone streamed Super Bowl. People have streamed movies, TV shows, and then watch other YouTube videos. I just try to stick to people who are chill with me reacting.
Same.
Like Mr. Beast and Daily Dose.
Daily Dose
Same.
is
Jet
nice.
Lag. Those are all people that I'm chill with that are like, hey, you can watch it. And then it's like, that's all cool.
Yeah, it's like you get permission, and it's like, okay.
That's how I feel about my starting soon screen. This is another thing that I think is very funny on the internet. People who are like, how dare you have a starting soon screen where you play other people's content and talk in the background? How dare you? You know, it's not okay. It's like, excuse me, sir, please show me where in the Twitch terms of service it says I can't have a starting soon screen for an hour. Please tell me. Please. I would love you to show me where it says that. Where does it say that? I refuse to follow your dumbass rules, huh? I'm going to run my stream the way I want to run my stream. It's like the promos before the movie. Yeah, it's like trailers that come before your movie. It's funny that it upsets people. I'm so toxic. I'm really like internet gremlin toxic because I think it's very funny. I think it's so funny. And like all the content that I play, or at the very least, almost all of the content that I play is content that I have permission to play. Like, I've seen people get mad about me streaming Al Jazeera in my starting soon screen. It's like, what are you even mad about? Like, genuinely, like, what are you? I just don't understand what you're upset about. You're mad that like Al Jazeera is being stolen from. They're gonna be okay. They'll be fine, actually. I think they'll be okay. It's that I'm not on camera. Okay, but what about VTubers? What about streamers who don't show their face? Are you also mad because that they're not on camera? No? Then what are you mad about it? And then what are you mad about? I don't understand. Listen, if Al Jazeera has a problem, they'll DMCA me. I'm going to take a gamble and say Al Jazeera enjoys reaching more eyes. And also, if they DMCA me, okay, then I won't. What? Your drawing should react harder. Yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird to me that it's like there's no rules. You can stream whatever you want as long as it's not illegal and as long as you're not getting DMCA'd. Until a company DMCA's you or a person DMCA's you, you can stream whatever the fuck you want. There's no rules against what you can and can't stream other than the TOS. But like, don't be naked. Don't do violence. News channel with millions of viewers. This streamer is stealing viewers from us.
It's transformative content.
Yeah.
This one's for Ray. You talked about people assume that you're not actually a good gamer.
I mean, listen. Okay, I've played many games, okay? I've played so many games, and I feel like the benefit of playing many games is like, you know, I know how to play a lot of kinds of games. I just think it's made me very mediocre at all of them.
I don't think you're mediocre. I think you're definitely above average.
I'm above average for a lot of games, but like I'll
good.
never be like pro at any game because I diversify the type of games I play. all
You're
the time.
above average at every game you play, and you're very good at certain games.
Wow, thank you so much.
Ludwig, on the other hand, is not good at any games, and yet, because he's a man,
What do you say Ludwig for?
people assume he's good at games. I'm just defending.
Right.
Wow, thank you so much.
Aliens come down to Earth,
Okay.
and they choose you as their
Okay.
opponent.
Okay.
You are able to choose the battlefield, the video game that you play to save all of humanity. What game do
Do
you
it.
choose?
Oh my God. What game, chat? What game? Amogus. Amogus is so hard. You're crazy. But it would be very fitting. Amogus would be very, very fitting. Tetris. Bumble, fumble, stop. Dwarf Forge. I don't even know what I would pick. I'm out of practice on a lot of games, so I would need to warm up like crazy. Does this allow, if this allows a warm up period, I don't know, Apex. If I'm allowed to do like aim training for like a month beforehand, maybe that. You know what I'm really good at? This is actually my super secret skill. I'm actually really good at rock, paper, scissors. I'm actually really good at it. How? I have like a secret sixth or seventh sense that I just am good at it. Like I know what the other person's gonna pick before they pick it. It's not a useful skill, by the way. What was the kid's puzzle game you played? I don't remember. There are legit strategies. Yeah, because like, I don't know. I've never been able to explain it well, but this time maybe. So if I go rock, paper, scissors, and I go rock, and the other person goes rock, I'm like, while I'm doing my next rock, paper, scissors, I'm like, well, they just picked rock. There's a good chance they're going to pick rock again. Paper. They picked rock. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, yeah. They're going to pick scissors for sure. Scissors. You just like, I don't know. It's like psychology. I don't know like how to describe it, but I've intuited how to do it, but I don't know how to describe how you do it. The idea is basically after someone loses with enough of one thing, they will switch. And if they are someone who doesn't switch, you like go in the other direction. There are people who switch to like the winning thing after they lose. So like if they did rock and you did paper, there are people who will always do rock again. There are people who always do scissors again. And then there are people who will always do paper again. And the mini game is like figuring out what type of person you're playing against. And then you go from there. And like you go based on like that specific person's like loss aversion and like how they treat, I guess like the Monty Hall problem. And then you can work around that. Like you're like, I know they're going to pick rock. So instead of me picking rock, I'm going to pick paper. I don't know how else to describe it. I just don't know. I know exactly what you're talking about because that's how I play the game. Yeah. Denim can read minds, but she doesn't want to make it seem obvious. I wish I could read minds. Are you kidding me? I would be so powerful. No, actually, if you pick scissors on your first go, you're a freak. You're actually crazy. I should do like a rock, paper, scissors tournament one day. So many ideas, so little time. I would kill it. Unless I didn't, and then I would look like an idiot, but You think you could do that with an alien? If anyone here has watched BB Smalls, I don't know if you guys have heard of her, but she has. I did a stream with her once. This was a while back. This was a long while back, but we did a rock, paper, scissors competition. And I was killing it. Let's just say that much, okay? I was killing it. I actually started feeling bad how much I was killing it. Let me see if I can find. That's a good way to end this. Sorry. Here. Unfortunately, it doesn't. It only has the very last segment, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good, I think, in my opinion. We did a stream on like fuck, marry, kill all of the US presidents. And then at the end, we had a rock, paper, scissors competition, and the person who lost got slapped with a tortilla. And I felt like a monster because I just slapped the shit out of her over and over again with the tortilla because I kept killing it. But you guys can see it a little bit.
I didn't get to hit you at all.
You can have it one hit.
No. We're gonna do marks to get leftist pussy.
Yeah, Obama, he said in his like memoir that he used to pretend to read marks so he could get pussy.
That's so funny. He's got a base. Thank you for having a fun stream with us.
Thank you for your service, Chad.
Thank you for your service. This was great. Denims, I didn't get to hit you at all.
You can have it one hit.
No. We're gonna do one last for
One
no
last one?
reason. Yeah, like one for the hoo-ha, one for the road.
Okay.
Okay. Don't hurt me.
Oh.
No! She does it again. Last one. I don't know why I just let her hit me like that for free.
Basically, that's to say, I am killer at rock, paper, scissors. I'm killer at rock, paper, scissors. Okay. I always win. I never lose, ever.
Do I get like some time to practice?
You get 1 month.
1 month to practice?
And the aliens
Oh.
come down after that.
That's what I asked. Yeah, I would play a shooter. Shooters are.
I would have to pick tic-tac-toe.
So you're just trying to draw and then, okay, tic-tac-toe, eh? You actually.
That's kind of low-key, kind of strategic. That's low-key, kind of strategic, actually. Wait, actually? You can't win, but you can't lose? Wait, that's so smart. Wait.
Nasty at Fortnite, I forgot.
Yeah, no, I mean,
That's the
Fortnite
one
was
game you
like
shit
the
on me at
game
Fortnite.
where, yeah, and I'd do it again,
Okay.
happily.
Well, let's not.
And I do it
I've shown you in
again.
Valorant.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I've carried you in
If
Valorant.
I
Dude.
constantly practiced a game, I could get so much better. But yeah, Fortnite was like, if I had to pick a game, it'd be Fortnite because I had a lot of practice. Like that, there was a period where I only played Fortnite, and then I stopped playing, and now I'm mediocre again.
I think you're a good gamer.
Wow,
One thing-
really?
What?
I assume that despite being very unproblematic, Ray still receives a good bit of flack.
She's just like me, for real.
I mean, it's nothing out of the ordinary. It's just like the regular stuff that girls see online, like just sexist, racist comments that everyone receives. Literally everybody gets like hate like that. I think I've been pretty immune to that now. Like it's been happening. I mean, I've been on the internet for like 10 years now. It's been a very long time. So I've definitely seen it all. And yeah, I think it's a normal amount of hate.
I think if you're a woman and you hit 100 CCV on Twitch, you get a sub button and then 2 stalkers, and it like just
Yeah.
comes with a package.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, there's just I've had multiple handfuls of stalkers. Like there's just always somebody. It just takes that one crazy person to just.
Streamers can't and
Guys, can I say something? I don't think I'm like waifu status enough that anyone wants to stalk me. I think I'm too annoying. I think I'm too
Vamoose.
annoying. For you, thank you for the 5 months. And it's because, like, the reason why I say this is because I feel like stalkers, a key aspect of like being a stalker is like extreme parasocial, like extremely parasocial, and extreme like, you will be who I want you to be. Right? Because you put this person on a pedestal and you attribute all of these positive traits to them that they maybe don't have. Right? And if you are a content creator and your goal is just to make funny, fun content and that's it, you're like, I want to have a fun stream and I'm going to put my best foot forward. It's very easy for people to project what their ideal partner personality is on you. And Valkyrae, I think, is very, like, she unfortunately appeals to those stalkers because she's super sweet and has a lot of love to give. I don't know how else to describe it. And she also spends her time trying to make a positive place. So her stream probably doesn't show off any of her negative qualities or negative attributes, right? Because everybody has negative attributes. Everyone has things that other people don't like. People are flawed inherently. And you don't see those flaws if you're a stalker who only watches someone who does spend most of their time making content that's fun for everyone to enjoy. Whereas for me, I am just like full-blown woman and I just love to blab and blab and I love to make fun of people a lot. So because my personality is so fixed and because I talk about politics the way that I do and because I'm very yappers about it, I think like the stalkers are like, oh my God. Ugh, she could never be my waifu. I think that's like what it looks like. I think that's what yeah. I think that's what ends up happening. I think if I got kidnapped, I would just start talking and the kidnappers would release me. They'd be like, this bitch doesn't shut the fuck up. Get her out of here. Oh my God. Like duct tape on my... And also, let's be honest, she's very sweet and she's very approachable and insanely gorgeous. Everything else doesn't really matter to parasocial peeps. Yeah. Your stalker would have to be a very specific kind of deranged. They would be terrifying, honestly. Yes, literally, exactly. Because I have to draw it because I think drawing it with my crayons will explain what I'm talking about very well. But this, for example, penis. Where is duh? Okay, good. Haha, penis. I feel like these are the attributes that matter for a stalker. Not that I'm one, ha 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 ha. But it's like, here is like unstalkable. Like you suck. Wait, that looks like a body, but like a stick figure, but it's not that. And then here's like very stalkable. You're great. I'm obsessed. And I feel like the requirements to be in this, for a stalker to view you in this category, you have to be pretty or like at the very least attractive to that person. You have to be nice. And I think your content has to not show a whole lot of you or your flaws. And you have to be very like self-insert-y. Like other people have to be able to easily self-insert themselves into your lives. Like they can build a personality, a fake personality that you don't have that benefits them. Does that make sense? Like a silent protagonist? Yes, exactly. Very silent protagonisty. You have to have a personality that's so vague that anyone can like put their person, like their, and then you immediately jump into, I need to stalk you right now. As the stalker sees more and more things that turn them off, you move slowly and slowly into the you're unstockable situation. And so like for me, it's like yaps too much, and then I lose some point. Highly political, which is not an attribute that male stalkers like in women. So highly political. Oh my God, no! I don't want a wife who should be nice and sweet and take care of me, and I take care of her. She can't be blabbing about politics. Gugh. Annoying, terrible. And I also can be mean, which is not something that generally male stalkers like. Gugh. Still plays League minus stalkability. Oh, and that's another big one. I'm anti-weeb, which is like immediately like a big no-no. And I also like to fight. Like not physically, but I love to compete. Basically, I am everything Jordan Peterson says women are not, which makes me not great for stalkers, I guess, is what best way to explain it. How are you anti-weeb if I am one? The same way that Candace Owens is anti-black despite being black. Okay? It's possible. What's wrong with anime? A lot. A lot is wrong with anime. A lot. To be clear, Western media isn't great either. There's a lot of bad Western media. The problem is that there's a couple things in anime that are exclusive to anime in a way that is painful. There are like gags and tropes that exist in anime that I hate. That I despise with like a burning passion. Like the whole like there's a lot of sexual harassment and sexual assault in anime that is written as a joke, which would be fine if it didn't happen often, but it happens a lot. A lot. The fact that there are animes that I can't show other people because it's weird. Like Spy Family, for example. The brother is like in love with his sister. Which, like, to be fair, at least the people in Alabama wouldn't mind that. They would appreciate it. But, like, this is a great show. And why does this guy love his sister? This is so weird. And, like, no one sees a problem with it. It's so insane to me. It's so insane to me. It's so weird. Teenage fan service is, like, another one. Yeah, like, that one's weird. The weird file shit is very, very strong in anime. The like 1,000-year-old that looks like a 7-year-old. It's like, this is so weird. This is so weird. Which like, it's fine the first few times you watch it. And then you realize that it's like a fetish for, and you're like, I don't really like this anymore. I don't like this. Made in Abyss got me on a dang list. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the final problem, and then we're done with this unlock. I don't care if any more messages come up. I'm not doing it. I swear. A lot of anime is rated highly because of the potential. And the premise. And I feel like anime fans ignore the quality of the show they're watching if the premise is cool and the universe has potential, like Attack on Titan. The first season of Attack on Titan is one of the best animes you will ever see in your fucking life. Genuinely, it's one of the best things you'll ever see in your life. And then it gets so boring. They're in the forest for like 10 episodes straight. You're getting fucking edged on finding out what's in the basement. The show suddenly turns political instead of very, very slowly introducing it. The villains of the show, for some insane reason, they don't introduce the villains earlier in the show and they play catch up in the 4th season or whatever. And it's very weird. I don't want to spoil it, but like the villain Titans, they rushed their story. They squished their story in like 2 episodes. And it would have been better if we saw the villains and the protagonists side by side and the different perspectives starting from season 2 or from season 3. But instead they wait until season 4. And then they're like, hey, by the way, this is how the world works. And the entire universe is like this. And all of the problems we've set up are now no longer a problem. And now this is the plot now. And it's like, but I thought that this was like a political anime about how like poor people are used as fodder as a way to protect rich people. And no one's lives matter as much as royalty, so long as you have hierarchical systems. And then they made it this like, so it was like a class warfare show, and then they made it like a genocide show. And I was like, but I was enjoying that one. Wait, what? No, I did not just watch 3 seasons of one premise to switch into a different one completely. What? What? Are you kidding me? No. They just introduced way too many characters way too quickly because they didn't space them out. They just edged you so hard. The pacing was just so bad in this 3rd season. So bad. And so, yeah. And that's from someone who like the first season is a 10 out of 10 anime for me. The first season for me is like, that's like as good as anime gets, really. And then it just went to shit. It was just like, oh my God. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I mean, rewatch it and tell me I'm wrong, which I know you guys will, but like rewatch it. The first part of the season 3 was worse than the manga, TBH. Oh. Oh. You enjoyed the fake reality that was imposed to you in the first season without acknowledging the signals? What signals? There were no signals. There was a lot of, ooh, there might be something else happening. Or maybe not. That's not a signal. Attack on Titan was so bad early on, I almost dropped it. Really? I think that the first 3 seasons are some of the best the first 3 episodes are some of the best episodes an anime will ever have. No, you don't get it. The premise was so good. See, this is like, my point is just like, false. There's actually a lot of foreshadowing. Okay, like what? Like what? How did they foreshadow? That, like, huh? Huh? One second. Oh, it's pulling up the wrong thing. Knowing what happens because you've watched it twice isn't foreshadowing? Yeah. The premise was good, and then it got so weird and World War II parallel-y in not a good way. Yeah. This is it. This is exactly what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. Thank you. The Wire was brilliant, but it had some weak seasons too.
Someone detected chat. Cash in your bets.
Oh my God. No, that's it. Last thing, and then we're moving on. Last thing, we're moving on. She doesn't like anime boys. It's not that deep. I don't know why people think like, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to convince you. I've watched way too much anime. That's all I will say. Okay, that's all I will say. The survival, we're the last of humanity was so good premise, and then it became about a conflict for international warfare. Yeah. And it's like, it's fine. But the transition into that storyline wasn't smooth. Right? It's kind of like, it feels like people telling me that One Piece is a story about pirates finding a treasure. And like, let's say the last books of One Piece are just like, it's just Luffy by himself searching for the One Piece. And then it's like, I'm being gaslit. Like, you can't tell me that the story was about this. No, the story was about making friends and exploring lands. Yeah, they say that the story, it was actually about finding the One Piece, but let's be realistic. 1,000 episodes are spent on not that. You did not sell me on that. You sold me on you guys are going and making friends and traveling the world and blah, 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 blah. So anyways, yeah. Anyways, that's it. War bad as a theme is also not entertaining or interesting if nothing actually ever changes. Yeah. It'll make you hate anime. Overthrowing a government. Yeah, okay. Moving on. It's just a one-dimensional take, sorry, but it feels like there was more to it when I watched it. Listen, if anyone can explain to me the signs and the signals that there was more going on, please type it in chat and I will read it. I will not comment on it, but I will read it, okay? And I will tell you if you're right or not, or if I agree, or if I change my mind.
Won't cook for themselves.
Last thing you cooked. Go. Be honest. Go. Last time and thing you cooked.
I cook myself dinner every single night.
You cooked last night? What was it?
Yes. 2 slices of Nature's Oats bread, 80 calories. 2 eggs, 140 calories. 1 slice of low-fat Tillamook medium sharp cheddar cheese, 70 calories.
Are you describing a sandwich?
Yes, I make myself a breakfast sandwich every night.
Okay, you cook yourself a nice Sammy.
Woman moment.
I
2 eggs is 140 calories? Yeah, it is.
admittedly, I used to cook a lot.
When was the last time you cooked? Last time
I cooked was probably a week ago. I did make a scrambled. I put some ham in there and cheese.
I chef up.
Is making eggs for breakfast cooking? That's cooking, right? If I make like scrambled eggs and with like a piece of toast and some cheese on the side, that's cooking, right? Okay, well, I had breakfast yesterday that I cooked. Why wouldn't it be? I don't know. Because people will be like, making eggs is too easy. It's like, oh. So I did do that. Cereal isn't cooking. Eggs is cooking. Okay. It's cooking because you can fuck it up. Oh, okay. All right. I like that standard. What else did I even eat yesterday? Oh, yeah. Yesterday I went and got K-barbecue. I worked out and I was like, you know what? I deserve to go and get some fucking K-barbecue. Fucking let's go. Let's fucking go. The last dinner that I cooked. I don't know. I guess I had dinner. Was it yesterday? No, it was the day before yesterday. I had more eggs for dinner. I made like boiled eggs with some chopped fruit salad on the side and some saltines and some cheese. A nice little like mini charcuterie board. You love eggs? Well, it's just eggs are really easy to make. They feel like real food. They don't feel like garbage. Like it doesn't feel like I'm eating junk food when I eat eggs, which I like. And also they're really easy to make with good metrics or like good macros. Like I just boil them for 10 minutes, take them out, peel them. Actually, it's literally a 10-minute dish. It's so sick. You just boil the water until it gets hot, boil the eggs in the hot water for 10 minutes. In the 10 minutes, chop up some fruit, chop up some cheese, set up a little plate, put your boiled eggs on the side, a little bit of cumin. No one forgets the cumin, and some salt. And it only takes 10 minutes, and you get some fruit that's nice and sweet. You get some savory, eggo, and you get some crackers. I mean, saltines. Like it's a delicious balanced meal.
Similar to you, a breakfast wrap about 3-4 times a week.
Oh, that was so my
They have high cholesterol. I'm vegan, by the way. Most people think it's healthy due to the egg industry. I highly recommend looking into the difference between LDL and HDL. Because this is a common misconception that was brought upon by the egg white industry. Companies that make those egg white bottles, they heavily marketed their product as being good for cholesterol, even though they knew that the science showed that that's not the way that cholesterol works. Don't eggs have good cholesterol? Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Here's a little picture for you guys if for the visual learners in chat. I was looking at a picture earlier. Where did it go? Here we go. I found it. This is what I was looking at yesterday. Saturated fat is what's really bad. This one. Ugh, why is this so low pixels? Cholesterol guidelines. Low heart disease risk is less than 200 total cholesterol. And then they have here LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol. And then HDL cholesterol, which is the good cholesterol. And it's fine to have this one. But you should try and limit how much bad cholesterol you have. Not to mention the fact that a lot of cholesterol is a lot of the science behind what causes high cholesterol or low cholesterol is it has a lot to do with genetics, is what I'm meaning to say. It has a lot to do with genetics. Let's see if there's a... Anyways, yeah. HDL was proven in a genetic study in the Lancet, excuse me, to have no effect on outcomes. All that matters is LDL. You need 70 or lower to avoid a first heart attack per various studies. Genetically low LDL does make a difference, but what you eat changes your number. Yeah, a lot of it has to do with genetics. Food has a small impact. And good cholesterol, aka HDL, aka the thing that's in eggs, has a very low impact. A very, very low impact. Here's actually here's a medical study that shows it's talking about the prevention and treatment effects of egg yolk high density lipoprotein on the formation of atherosclerosis plaque in rabbits. Okay, so not necessarily relevant, but this, or like not relevant to exactly what we're talking about, but this is important, which is egg yolks contain high amounts of HDL. egg yolk HDL can be used to treat cardiovascular disease. The focus of egg yolk HDL treatment has been on its favorable actions in increasing HDL-C and reducing LDL-C, very low density lipoprotein cholesterol. So actually egg yolks are good for you and eggs actually help you, and you want to have more eggs, more HDL. It literally decreases your chance of developing bad cardiovascular diseases. No, you don't want to eat eggs. There's no sane reading of evidence that will bring you to that conclusion. What about this? Do you think this medical journal is wrong? You think the Natural Library of Medicine would publish peer-reviewed journals that are wrong? You really think they would do that? Well, if you think that, can you explain to me then what about this is incorrect? In order to fully understand the contribution of different lipoprotein species to growth, yolk formation, and embryo development, we have started to elucidate the relationships between high-density lipoproteins in serum with the hitherto uncharacterized yolk HDL fraction, immunoblotting with antibodies against a polypoprotein, the major protein moiety, I don't even know this word, of circulating HDL revealed for the first time significant amounts of this protein in yolk. So can you explain to me what's wrong about this one? Could you explain this? I assume you know the science behind it and like the biochem behind the proteins in eggs well enough to make a statement that is that confident. So could you explain it in more scientific terms? And explain to me how it is that the proteins negatively or don't negatively impact you? Oh, this is another one. Yeah. Eggs also have a lot of other stuff in them that's good for you. Pantothenic acid, phosphorus, vitamin A, folate. They're also high in protein, monounsaturated fatty acids, vitamin D, vitamin B12, biotin. B12 being like one of the really big ones that if you are vegan, you probably want to be supplementing this via shots or supplements like gummies or whatever. For each of these nutrients, the relevant health claims listed in Table 2 could be applied to eggs in commercial communications, including labeling. Bro, we're getting egg locked. We're getting egg locked. Yeah, this is where I'm at as well. Clubs, this is where I'm at. As a vegan, my only problem with eggs is the egg industry itself. Lots of unethical chick killings so that they can produce more efficiently. Yeah, this is one of those things where like vegans are right. I just get frustrated when instead of just making the correct argument, they make bad arguments about it. And they're like, no, eggs are bad for you. It's like, why argue that when you can just argue that it's immoral? because I agree with you. It's immoral and we should change that. I don't know why we're getting into like the details about like nutrients when that's not relevant. How like nutrient dense a food is not relevant to the ethics behind eating it. Right? You can just admit that science seems to think that eggs are pretty good. Like in terms of consuming them and your body absorbing nutrients from them, eggs are pretty good at providing nutrients to your body. It doesn't change the fact that it's immoral to eat eggs produced in factory farming. You don't need to add the science stuff that is not on your side and be like, no, it's actually bad for you and you should be eating this instead. It's like, but that's a lie. That's a lie. Okay, last thing on this stun lock. Okay, I lied. I lied, guys. I lied. We did get stun lock today. Farm animals need to be supplemented to even have the B12. Okay. And eggs are bad for you, generally speaking, for cholesterol, fat, and cholesterol. Can you post a study? We have hundreds of interventional trials showing eggs raise LDL. Can you post a study? Ideally, please don't post a blog post. Don't post like Psych Pop or like one of those, like sciencenow.com. Please post like an actual medical journal. Ideally, I would appreciate it. The study you read wasn't even from a human trial, by the way. Well, I never claimed that it was. We test things on animals all the time to see if it's safe for people. Just say factory farming is evil? Yeah, because factory farming is evil. And I think we can just agree that factory farming is evil. I don't think anyone here would disagree with that. I think we can all agree with that, right? Okay. Okay. Enough. Enough of this. Let's get into it.
Mine used to be a breakfast wrap. I changed it to a sandwich.
Oh, yeah. And also, there's a lot of the studies. It's actually very sad. I remember reading a study on eggs and how eggs raise your LDL. And the way that they studied it was they had people who had eaten eggs for breakfast, and then they studied their cholesterol. They didn't do this in like a clinical trial way. And then the researchers at the end of the paper said, although our findings might not have been good because we found that most of the people who ate eggs for breakfast also ate sausages and like chorizo and some other meat, some other processed red meat product with their eggs for breakfast, which is a little bit difficult to account for. Bacon, yes.
Admittedly, though, I do order a lot of food now. It's convenient. It's tastes better than what I can cook. It takes less time. I can multitask while I'm waiting for it. But I do tip really well.
Oh,
I do every time.
Same.
Dreamers are destroying their bodies by sitting in front of a computer for 10 hours a day.
Yes.
Yes.
no.
Have you ever sat in front of a computer for 10 hours a day?
Yeah.
When was the last time you've done that?
Okay, I guess it's a little better for me because I don't stream as many hours. I stream like 60-ish hours a month, but I'm in the best shape of my life physically. But I think that's because I'm
Because you
able...
stream 60 hours a month. I stream 60 hours a week.
Check this out.
No, not a good week.
Right?
60 hours minimum.
Yeah. Sorry, really quickly on the egg topic for just another 2 seconds. This is a perfect example like the conclusion here, it says, based on available evidence, this is the largest meta-analysis in exploring the impact of egg consumption on LDL and HDL among healthy subjects, which reveals that more eggs consumed per day may influence cardiovascular disease risks by increasing LDL and HDL. Except for the 4.4 limitations, which says there were some limitations to the study because of potential biases in the synthesis. We could not conclude results for longer intervention times. Next, this is the most important part. We could not determine the foods accompanying the eggs in every included study. Different background diets may have influenced the results. However, we excluded the intervention that may influence the cholesterol level. We could not tell whether there is other factors due to insufficient information. Basically, most Americans are having eggs with bacon, and bacon is really bad for your cholesterol. So is it the eggs or is it the stuff that people are eating with the eggs? And when they do it in controlled studies with like animals, they find that the LDL doesn't increase, which makes it seem to suggest that all the studies that say that eggs cause higher cholesterol are fucked because people, especially Americans, are eating bacon with their eggs, and bacon isn't good for you. I know. I personally, not even Muslim moment, I don't really like bacon. I've tried so hard to fall in love with it, and I'm just like, it's okay for me. Which is great, since bacon isn't good for you. To all the people who really love bacon, know that I feel company with you. I just know that I also have had to give up really good food. And by really good food, I mean garbage food that I love because it's not good for me, namely spam. I hate to be this person. I'm sorry that I'm disgusting, but I actually love spam and I haven't had it in over a decade because it's bad for you. I was a spam girly. I love that corned beef. It's so good. But I haven't had it in a decade because it's not good for you. You won't even eat it once in a while. I just won't buy it. And where do you go that you get served spam? Yosarian, thank you for the gifts of Deswa. Also, hi, Deswa. Whereas like hot dogs or something, I never buy hot dogs. But if I'm outside and they got some fucking German wurst, yeah, I'm gonna hit myself up with a sausage or two. You know, being healthy doesn't mean giving up everything in life. It just means trying not to bring them home.
MO.
There was a time when I first started streaming. I worked 2 jobs and streamed every single night, every single day for like 9 hours a day. I like lost feelings in my legs. And I realized like
you atrophied?
I literally was
Bro.
And I also ate very unhealthy because I was poor at the time too. So I was like saving up a lot. And so I was just like, I also had like a spinal injury
Jesus
from
Christ.
a car crash. So I had a pinched nerve. And so I sitting down, like it made me realize like I can't live like this. Like I have to really focus on health. And that was like the 8 years ago, long time ago. So yeah, I have to balance health and streaming. Like you have to do it or else you can't do it. It's just, it feels horrible. You feel bad. You feel like you're falling apart, dying slowly inside and out.
Something you mentioned, Ludwig.
Did I?
You did?
Okay.
Yeah. Streamers don't have a personal life.
Did I see that?
They have no time.
Oh.
You got no time.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you're the one that's got no time. Dude, you both had no time.
I don't. Every day is a work day. I feel like even when I'm not working, I'm thinking about the work that's coming up or the stuff that I have to do and preparing mentally for a lot of the stuff that I have to do.
You're both very different because you have no time because you're live sometimes 40% of the entire year, which is crazy because that doesn't even factor in sleep, which is another like 30% of the year, right? Mm-hmm. And then you are like a celebrity.
So like
you're just like in London for a week or like Paris or Milan.
Yeah, no, I'm leaving next week for 2 weeks to go to Milan.
Actually?
Yeah.
Oh, I called that shit.
Yeah.
So you're just like a famous person who you got to do like a shoot somewhere.
Famous.
You're like an actually famous person.
I get presented opportunities and I just try to say yes to everything, even if they make me very uncomfortable. For example, recording a song, which I don't do music, but that's something that I've been doing in the past week. So it's just like these little projects that keep me really busy, but it's just, I don't know. I like being busy.
Yeah.
This is
I mean, I do
normal,
too.
right?
I'm also busy, but from a different perspective, which is just I have a company with 30 employees and I have a responsibility to make sure they don't lose their job.
You're freaking moguling, baby.
I'm moguling.
Yeah,
You're
it's like
moguling.
you have a team of people to, to help them do them. Like I have editors and stuff. Like I have to keep busy. Yeah.
I don't think mine is specific to streaming necessarily, like yours is, or being a celebrity like yours is. Mine's just because
Why didn't you say I'm a celebrity?
Because you're not like she is.
That's weird. That's dirty.
Streamers won't have any skills after their streaming career ends, so they need to grind hours now to be able to retire.
Oh.
This seems a little hurtful.
It's not that streamers won't have any skills. That's stupid. Social skills will take you very far in life. The problem is that if you do streaming, how do I say this? If you stream for 5 years, that's time that you could have been building up, employment history and a resume. And if you, let's say, God forbid, you stream for like a decade and you quit your main job, you weren't working a real job, you were just doing full-time streaming for a decade. When you eventually get back into the workforce, you're going to have such a big gap. You're going to make so much less money than your peers. It's not that you don't have any skills. You actually, I think as a streamer, it kind of forces you to pick up a lot of different types of skills, especially social skills. And social skills are the most important for any person that wants to succeed in the workplace. You also get a lot of management skills, which is helpful and useful. The problem is just like you don't have a resume, and a lot of companies will automatically just like they have a system that immediately just throws out people's resume who don't have a certain amount of job history. And so if you are foregoing so much income in an attempt to become a streamer, you really, really, you have to make it work is what I'm saying. Like you have to make it work. And the worst part is streaming is not one of those things that a lot of people can do for a long time because it's so exhausting, because it's the hardest job on the planet. Everybody knows that. But because it's just hard to like stay relevant for long periods of time. There's very, very, very few content creators that have continued to stay relevant over the course of the entirety of the internet so far. And so because of that, because you have kind of always the concern of falling off, you kind of have to like go as hard as you can as a way to make up for the fact that if you ever quit streaming, you're going to have a huge gap in your resume and you're going to have missed out on hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you're doing all of this while not building up any savings, because when you're streaming and you're still trying to make it work, you're not making enough money to save anything. All of the extra money you make just goes directly into taxes, or at least that's how it was for me. And I was going to say something else. Fuck. Oh, during that entire time, there's no 401k, there's no health benefits. There's like no, Twitch does nothing to help you. It's like, it's literally, you have to do it all and you have to make enough money that you don't need health insurance. You have to make enough money that you don't need Social Security, that you don't need a 401k. And that kind of makes everyone have to try to do their best to grind content to make it work. Because if you, like, let's say me, for example, if I was working an accounting job, I would be building up resume. I would be building up connections right now. I would be getting my CPA. I would be building up my 401k. I would have health insurance. I would have PTO. I would have like vacation benefits, sick days. I would have all of this stuff covered, right? Also, whatever you say as a streamer could like fuck you over later because like shit, what have they said on stream that could reflect badly on a company or what the fuck is a streamer? Yeah. I can see why folks transition into the background jobs of the industry if they can. Yes. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Also, pretty much every US employer does background checks, checking dates you were employed and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's that. There's that. Like that stuff is it's all important and you miss out on that when you're doing content, which is fine if you make it work. But yeah, but you wouldn't be filthy rich like now as a streamer? Huh? Do you think I'm filthy rich? That is so nice of you. Unless you're being sarcastic. If you're being sarcastic, feels bad, man. If you're being sarcastic, feels bad, man. But if you're not being sarcastic, thank you. Thank you. I got bullied in school for having poor people's shoes that didn't have brand names. So I feel like I'm really stepping up in the world right now. I feel like I'm really like moving on up in the world. You can afford rent, so yes, clueless. Yeah, yeah. Oh, session. No, one day I can be filthy rich. Okay, one day, maybe clueless. But I sadly not there yet. Not there yet. I can't. Do you own a house? No. I don't have enough money to buy a house. Houses are expensive. Did you guys know this? Houses are expensive? I don't know if you guys know this. Yeah, yeah. To be clear, I'm very grateful for the job that I have. And like I feel very lucky to have the job that I have. Could you afford one not in LA? No, I don't have enough money to do that. I mean like I said earlier, top left of my screen has my sub count, which is at 1,200 right now. And I have a 70-30 split, which means that I make $3 off of every $5 sub. And then I still have to pay 15% self-employment taxes, federal taxes, and state taxes, which usually takes me to about $2 for every $5 sub. And then I make a little bit off of ad revenue, and I make a little bit off of bits. So I would actually be making more money if I had went into accounting and gotten my CPA, and I was working as a CPA right now. I would be making actually probably a lot more money, and I would actually have benefits and health insurance and a 401k. Ooh, nice. 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 Pod crazy. Pod crazy. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Ad revenue is also really weird because the previous 30 days, apparently, Twitch says I made 2K off of ads, but the month before that, I made 1K off of ads. So it's very random. So it's very, very random what the ad revenue will look like. Grandma said that they incorporated an LLC this year so they don't have to pay self-employment taxes anymore. Is that something you could do to save some on your taxes? Yes and no. But yes, but no, but yes, but no. It's like complicated. But anyways, it is a good idea to get an LLC though. Because LLCs are still paying they're paying like their own share of business taxes. LLCs are good for like purchasing property under an LLC name so that you have protections against doxing. That's like the bigger reason to get an LLC. Do you ever feel like your ad revenue is right? I've never seen a single ad during an hour on your stream. You must have a good ad block. Okay, I have pre-roll ads turned off on my stream because I think that they're very obnoxious. You get a 1099 as a Twitch streamer. If your sole income is 1099, the taxes are kind of wild. Yeah. You also aren't liable if the losses are incurred by the LLC if it goes bankrupt. Yeah, but you don't really have to worry about going bankrupt as a streamer. And if you are going bankrupt as a streamer, I'm very concerned. I turned off ad blocks for Denim stream. Feels strong, man. Feels strong. Oh. Anyways. Have you heard Beyonce's new album? No, I haven't. But yeah, I just wanted to say, thanks for thinking that I look filthy rich. Thank you. Whoa. Thanks. Appreciate it. I'm just going to pretend like me? Yes, I am so rich. I bought a Bugatti and I buy expensive cat food, only the best for my worms. And I do other expensive things. I go golfing. That's what rich people do, right? How do rich people spend their money? I don't actually know. See, thank you for the gifts up to Apex God. Oh, thank you.
It was hurtful.
That was a hurtful thing to say.
I have a journalism degree and an English degree, so I could get a job
You
as...
can't spell and you're a bad journalist.
Wow.
I also have a degree.
In what?
It's a transfer degree, actually. So
Okay.
if I ever want to go back to college,
Hell yeah.
I have that under my belt. I do feel like streaming has given us some skill.
I disagree with that notion.
You think you have no... You're very good at talking. You yap away.
I will yap.
You
Yeah,
could
you're good at yapping.
do like what that Wolf of Wall Street guy does now.
It's just the same crimes that he did, but in crypto.
Oh, I was talking about go to colleges and campuses and speak.
Oh,
Be like a pro speaker, like what Casey Neistat does.
oh, cool. No, I wouldn't. I don't like that.
I
Speaker circus stuff is lame. I'd go back to college though. I would get a PhD.
I will. Be,
Yeah, I would. If I had the time to, I would go to college and get a PhD. But that's because I like to read. Like, I like to, not read, but I like to learn.
become a baker, and that is what I will do. So I will see you there, and those will be the skills that I have is baking bread.
I love that. That's very cute.
It'll be in my mountain.
No one is coming to your mountain.
Everyone's gonna come
I
on my
wanna go.
mountain. Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
but like
I wanna
you
see the
can't
bread
have
and
a
the-
Oh, you've been
reliable.
invited to my mountain. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh, we
I'll
ran
see
out
you
of
there.
invites. We ran out of invites.
No.
Okay, moving on.
Not going to your mountain for bread.
We ran out of invites, so you can't even come.
So, Ludwig, we had your friend Aiden on here for a bisexuals episode, and you said that your kiss was just fine. Is Ludwig a good kisser?
I gotta be honest, it's fine. It was fine.
Ooh,
First off, I don't kiss men.
yikes.
I
Okay.
feel like you've kissed a lot of men.
kissed.
I've never
You've kissed me.
I've never kissed a
We've
dude.
kissed.
Respectfully, I've never kissed a dude.
We've kissed.
Okay, never done this. And so I don't know who Aiden's talking about. But all I have to say is one, he's a snake rat bitch. And two, I went into the onsen with him, and let's just say he's not Drizzy Drake.
That's a violation.
Hurt people.
We had one from Mork Crispy. The choice to become a streamer is inherently unethical. While streamers like Pokimane have capped maximum donations and streamers like Valkyrae and Ludwig give back to charity, streamers like Hassan prey on viewers who don't realize it's top of the hour ad break.
They got
Oh
gone.
my.
Bro,
That was a roller coaster.
you got so
That was a
baited.
That is literally my stream every day.
Holy
oh my god!
shit.
I just realized.
It is the top of the hour.
Oh my lord, jeez and Lord.
You were going through
mercy.
emotions there.
That was a roller
No,
coaster.
I
was like, where is this
expected it. I was just
assumption?
shocked that like they would
They picked
choose
it.
that
Yeah.
as a comment.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I'm about to go hard on this guy.
Damn, Mork. Good job, Mork.
Yeah.
Get his ass. Mork? Get his ass.
He's
What
in
did
the
you
room
write there?
with us.
Oh,
that's
okay.
funny.
Well,
That's
that makes
funny.
sense.
Hassan, you said a lot of people assume that you're like trying to hide your past and that you're not, like that's information you're trying to bury.
People will like dox my parents and stuff as a part of like their way to be like, oh dude, Hassan is comes from an affluent background. They're not rich now, but my dad was, and I talked about this quite a bit. And how it has influenced and shaped my worldview. Overall, I feel like people always like think this is a gotcha. Like they'll be like, you're a nepotism recipient. And I'm like, yeah, dog, I say it all the time. It is a part of what I try to describe to people that is like, look, I'm a very fortunate person and I recognize it. And I actually talk about it quite frequently, but for some weird reason, people will always be like, he's hiding that. It's the same energy as like people being like, Hassan hides that he's rich. It's like, no, I don't at all. How could I? My subscription numbers have been public for years.
You can do the math.
Yeah, you can do the math. It's pretty obvious. Like I'm not, people think that it's a gotcha. It's not. It's something that I recognize. I recognize the privilege that I have all the time.
We're going to do a tier list of streamers who you think would be best to have with you to survive on a desert island. We're gonna start off with Lily Pichu.
F.
F.
Absolutely F,
F
G.
tier.
F tier.
There is no shot I'm picking Lily to
Yeah.
survive in the wild.
Okay.
Maybe D tier. She could bring up the vibes with music.
F.
Okay.
Yeah.
Disguised Toast.
D.
Oh, disguised toast. No, he's gotta be like at least C tier.
D.
Yeah. I feel like he would come up with like really good ideas for survival, but probably not be able to execute them very well.
I also
But,
worry
but
that
you need an
if
ideas guy.
it came down to us needing to eat each other, he would make the decision to eat me.
I'd probably eat you too.
What
Now that
are
I think
you?
about it.
Thank you.
I would eat Ludwig. I would eat him. He looks like he's got a good muscle to fat ratio. He looks like he's got some good marbling on him.
Yeah.
I'm flattered.
He's got a whole lot of ass.
You hear this, Aiden?
See that? He's got a whole lot of ass. See, Hassan agrees with me.
He's still thinking about it.
Asmongold.
Apple.
Asmongold would like tear the party apart and then cause people to kill each other in the group. That's the problem. Asmongold would like he would do well by himself. And I think he could survive by himself and just like eat his roach friends that he lives with for like years, like decades, honestly. But I just don't think a survival situation with other people would work. I think he would be the person that would start an argument that would get people to kill each other.
Oh my. Okay, but
F. Actually, F.
who is worse at surviving, Lily or Osmond?
Asmongold is literally in a survival situation in his everyday existence.
And he's a professional at it. He's surviving.
You're right. I get where you're going with this.
No, what do you mean? Unless they have like a crate of Diet Coke and Doritos, I don't.
He can
Did
go
you
to
see the way he
distance.
grabbed that cockroach off his shoulder?
True.
He would survive like a fallout, no problem. He would start eating roaches immediately. Are you kidding me?
He
Yeah.
grabbed it
Right.
without fear. He's
Like, I'm just going to say, he looks like, maybe this is mean. Tell me if I'm wrong. Asmongold looks American. Okay, he looks like the type of guy that would have an underground bunker. Does he have one? I don't know. Would he be cool with living in one? Yeah. Of course he would be. Come on. I don't even think he would take offense to that.
desensitized.
You know what? I've moved him up. He's C tier.
Yeah, he's C tier for sure. Because like
He's
he
not
does
afraid
not.
of.
I think he's S tier if he's living by himself. I think he's F tier if he has to deal with other people.
care.
No.
Yeah,
He does
I
not
think
fear
he's
the
survived.
wild.
Tarek.
He's Jack now.
He has been lifting. He can
But-
lift a log.
No,
But he can't cook.
he can't do anything.
Would his shooting skills?
Would this a survival situation? Wait, I have to know. What are we on? 38 minutes? I want to finish this video.
Have all the time.
Would be Lily Pichu.
Shot.
F.
With your list of streamers who you think would be best to have with you to survive on a desert island. We're going to
A
start.
desert island. Okay. I forgot what they said.
That boy's dying on that island. There's no way.
I would throw him like at a C or D.
I think a C.
Like he has physical prowess.
Yeah.
That's pretty much that's it though.
Slime.
S tier.
S tier.
Mhm.
I don't know
think
anything
slime
about
is
slime.
capable?
really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is he like he's a wild kind of guy? Does a lot of outdoorsy stuff?
World champion fighter.
Okay.
Killer vibes. If that's what you wanted to talk about earlier. Plus, I went fishing with him, and he did okay.
You're just lying for your boy. You want him on the island.
You know, I know what you're doing.
What? What am I
You're
doing?
gassing slime up so that Aiden feels bad.
No, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, this is not the yard. Okay.
I just truly love and believe in slime. Sorry, I guess I'll knock him down to A if that makes you guys feel better.
Pokimane.
Respectfully, D.
Yeah.
I think D.
No, F tier.
F?
Yeah.
No,
If
she's
we're-
been working out.
I think she's more
I think
physically
she-
fit.
Yeah, she's
Okay, she's more physically fit than Lily
able.
Pichu.
Yeah.
Yes, she's more
That's
physically
valuable.
able.
Okay, D tier. Fine.
Can she start a fire?
That's a good question. I can start.
I feel like she's like somewhere between, respectfully, she's somewhere between C and D tier. I think she would bring morale up. I think she would bring morale like way up. And that's why she gets bumped a couple points.
Start a fire by hand with my hands.
I can also start a fire with.
Dead ass?
Yeah.
Me and
With
you
the
are
10.
freaks.
I've done all
You can't
of
do
this
what
stuff.
we do.
I've literally done all of this.
You can't do what we do.
Can't.
There's a very real reason why I don't like nature. My mom, thinking that this was like a cool experience, sent me to a 21-day survival training camp, and it was intense. It was very intense, but I know how to do all of that stuff. Canadian maple leaf is the best type of leaf to wipe your ass with when you're out in the wild.
Sea Dog VA.
He's a bit prissy. He's British.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
classic British. No, he wouldn't survive.
Good vibes, though.
F tier.
Killer vibes. He's done a few camping things. and I've
Oh, he
gone
does have good vibes. He does have good. Okay, D tier. He gets put in the same category as Pokey.
camping with him.
He probably has some knowledge about camping.
He is.
You mean
He's
like
somewhat
epigenetic
knowledgeable.
memories from the whales?
Yeah.
All different types of sheep?
I would throw him B tier.
C, B.
I think he's higher than Asmin. Yeah.
Oh,
He's more
wait,
capable.
You put Asmin at C, actually.
Yes. Yeah.
B tier is fine,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I think.
Okay.
I think B.
Germa.
He's
Oh,
yeah.
S
He
tier.
is strong.
He's strong, he's physically fit, he's very tall, he's like 6'5".
Like he's like the wild card. You need one wild card on an island because like that's the type of person that like comes back to the group and is like, guys, I found a bunker with food in it. Like Dermot, just like he brings the wild energy with him, and he's basically your wild magic sorcerer. You need him there. You need him there.
Are you thinking of Germa? Are you describing yourself?
I'm just
Hassan?
gassing him up.
Yeah.
I was just gassing him up. He's a cool
Wild
guy.
card might betray the group though. Yeah, but that's a risk you have to be willing to take.
None of these have been true yet.
No, he is jacked. He's way more jacked than you. Yes.
You got to put in, you got to hedge your bets, man. Okay.
Have you not seen old Germa?
Years
Old
ago.
Germa used to look like he was in the ROTC.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he seems very capable.
S tier.
He's also like, I know everybody likes to meme about Derma and everything like that, but he actually seems like a very level-headed person when he's not doing his act. Very similar to Seer, I think. He seems like a very level-headed person that would be able to get through like any difficult situation. If only he was real.
Smart guy.
Point Crow.
Well, one, I think he's physically fit. We saw how he performed in physical bouts. But I think that he's smart. Like he would be able to figure things out.
A.
I think he's S. He's a collegiate.
You're handing out S's like none other for
To only his
content
friends.
creators.
He's
yeah.
a collegiate athlete, and he also is an avid Survivor fan.
We keep bringing up the fact that these people are athletes, but surviving on an island doesn't require you to be an athlete. It requires you to have good endurance, which is not synonymous with being a good athlete.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Absolutely. S tier, 100%.
I think he's watched damn near every season.
Yeah,
He
if
has.
if you love Survivor, then you're probably good at surviving.
I think you're
Learned a
right.
lot.
S tier, 100%.
Kai Snat.
Me eating Doritos on my couch as I watch Survivor. I would be so good at surviving.
He did live in a house where there were rats and stuff.
I feel like it's lower than. A.
Wait, who
There
are they
were
talking about
rats and
now?
Stuff.
I feel like
Kai
it's
Cenat?
lower than A. I want to say it's B.
I don't know how
Denims
capable he
work
is.
out?
win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also don't know anything about Kai Cenat.
He works
Yeah,
out.
okay.
Yeah, he's also physically fit, but I don't know how capable he is in braving the elements.
In the wild.
Probably more than Asmin, so B.
I'm gonna
I'll throw
say
B.
I'm gonna say C tier.
I just don't know
I'm
anything
gonna say
about
C
him.
tier.
Controversial.
Austin Show.
F.
Oh, F. Maybe D. Maybe D.
Absolutely F.
F.
Garbaggio.
Yeah.
I went to a camp with him, and I've never been more frustrated watching a person try to start a fire. He cannot light a fire, even with a lighter and newspaper. It was traumatic for me. Like, I learned a lot about him.
He's all looks, no impact.
He looks great.
Couldn't do shit in the wild.
Will Neff.
S tier.
S tier.
Yeah, it's S.
Yeah.
He wants.
Will Neff, oh yeah, no, Will Neff is S. Will Neff is S. He watches so much Survivor. He watched like all of Alone. He is in great shape. I don't know. Okay, this might be, please don't get mad at me, Twitch. I mean it in a good way. He's very white. I don't know him personally very well. We're not like homies or buddies because I'm trying to steal his girlfriend right now. But I do know that he's very white by his usage of the term, now where are my keys? They gotta be here somewhere, which makes me think that he did Boy Scouts, which makes me think that he knows how to make a fire. He knows what foods are safe to eat, which foods are not safe to eat. White people love camping. They love camping. They love to take a shit in the middle of the forest. I'm not sure what it is about that, but I just assume it's similar to like British people, like stealing all of the spices and then not eating any of them. It's sort of the same thing. It's like white people are like, we don't have to live out in the forest because we literally hoarded all the wealth in America, but we got to pretend I want to go cosplay as like someone who has to live in the wilderness. So that is like my Will Neff opinion. I think he could do it. He also doesn't strike me as someone who's squeamish. He looks like he doesn't have a problem, setting up traps, killing animals, skinning them. Like, I don't feel like he has a big problem on any of that stuff, which makes me think like he would do a great job. Respectfully, of course.
He probably wants to do this.
He would volunteer to
The only reason why I say
go survive for free.
The only reason why I say F tier.
Something really important also about him is he has a great personality and he has a great positivity that comes with like the type of white person that goes camping. Like, he has a great morale and it feels like he can keep a situation in a good mood no matter what. And that is honestly so important for surviving. Like, mentality is everything.
Here is because he'd kill everyone and then survive on his own.
Cutie Cinderella.
He would never.
Ooh.
I'm putting Cutie with Germa here. I think Cutie is just like, she's such a black box. I don't know what she could pull up. I feel like she would, and she's so good. She's so smart. And she's very like, she strikes me as being very competitive. However, I think there would be a couple of problems that would get in the way. Primarily, there is one, which is when you eventually build a raft to get off the island, you would have to leave her behind. And that makes me feel bad, which makes me think we shouldn't take her. I wouldn't take her on the island. I think she would be very capable. Don't get me wrong. I think she would be very capable. And I think she's got that dog in her. Like, I feel like if Cutie snapped, she would like run into the wilderness and like kill a boar with her own bare two hands, And she'd come back and be like, I brought dinner. I feel like she has that energy, right? And she's a great planner. She's super smart, but I would feel so bad. She has the buff of being Mormon. Exactly. But I would just, and she's also not like a very like, she's not an Austin. Austin, I feel like, is so, he's such a pampered princess. I feel like if he got like any of his nails chipped, he'd be like, this is the worst day. I feel like Cutie, like, she could have like, she'd be covered in bruises and cuts and she's like, me bring food. And she would do it while looking gorgeous. Which like, I just feel like I would feel so bad. I would feel so bad leaving her on the island. I would just feel, personally. So moving on.
Well, can't get to the island because she doesn't fly.
She
That is good. That's funny. She knows how to cook.
She has a lot of really big fears, and flying is one of them where it is just, I feel like there's going to be some fear that she can't do in the wild. Like, there's something in the wild that she's very traumatic for her.
Everything.
But here's the thing, right? She seems like the type of person that would sit there. Everyone would go like get stuff, right? And she would like create a pulley system. while everyone was gone. She would be like, okay, guys, I found a way to distribute water to everyone by using these things. I just feel like she has that in her. I feel like she's in B tier for me. She's B tier for me.
Everything would scare her, but she'd still get it done. S tier.
I think she has organizational prowess. She knows how to cook. These are really big bonuses because
She can
a lot of
definitely
streamers.
cook. So
And people are forgetting something very important as well. She's a very strong woman, okay? I'm not talking about physical strength, although I'm sure she's physically strong as well because she's so tall. But she's very good at distracting herself from her mental illnesses via doing things and being useful and creating useful things and planning things. She has like this she like got like this terrible hand where like she has so many phobias that get in the way of so many things. And despite all of that, she has the mental fortitude to put on some of the biggest shows on Twitch. She's just so unbreakable. I don't know.
I caught a fish. You could cook it.
Normally, if she didn't have all the other, like the genuine fear of everything,
Yeah.
I would say that she's easy S tier. But I think that because of the fears and
fears.
whatnot, it like
It's hindering
greatly
her.
draws it back down to like B,
She's so earthbender coded. You're right. She is. Look at her. Look at her. She's so earthbender coded.
B tier.
B's nice.
I think B's.
I'll take B.
Valkyrae.
Listen, let me pitch. Okay.
Pitch.
I grew up
S
in the
tier.
wild, okay?
You grew up in the wild.
I grew up in East Washington, okay?
She put a stank on it. She said Washington.
I used to
You
play
know
in the dirt all the time. I was such a tomboy. I went camping a lot. I went hiking. Summer camps. I've gone fishing in Alaska. Caught a 30-pound salmon.
Caught a 30-pound
I've
salmon.
gone crabbing before. I
Look,
have.
you gone crabbing.
If you told Cutie that Taylor Swift was waiting in the rescue boat, nothing would stop her from getting off the island. You're so right, Queen, King, Envy.
I have.
Crustaceans and all
Yeah.
that.
Yes. I used to touch grass. It's true. It's true.
Now, how much of that has deteriorated? Because you went to, tell me about almond camp. Were you good?
Almond camp. In fact, it was called Camp Seneca, and there was like a group of 20 people. Only 3 of us made it to the top, and I was one of them. And I remember the view. It was a beautiful view.
D tier. No, I think you'd be good.
I mean, but to be fair, it's been a while since I've participated in outdoorsy things.
I said it S tier.
You locked down S?
Yeah.
Meet me halfway. Let's go D. You put yourself S?
No, I would put myself at.
She being humble.
I'd put myself
That's
at
nice.
an A. I know how to make a
She
fire.
was not being humble.
I'll give
Never
you a-
mind.
I think knowing how to make a fire is the most
It's
crucial
so
part.
important.
Hassan Piker.
F.
F,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Easy
Yeah.
S tier.
S tier.
Easy.
Okay, he did.
There wouldn't be enough
go
food
to
on the
that.
island to sustain you.
That's
No.
true. You would. You
No, actually, that is a major benefit. I have more to lose, therefore I can have a longer runtime without eating.
I would cut you open and sleep in you like they did in Star Wars.
All the things that you mentioned, I also know how to do. I vibe with animals very well. I can make a fire. I know how to make a
What
bear
about cats, huh?
bag, which is
Prove it to me.
easy.
Mime how to make a fire right now. Do the
Mime how to
motion.
make a
Yeah,
fire.
mime making the
Is it
fire.
like-
this?
Yeah,
Okay, here. There you go. I put it down and then.
No.
What?
You gotta go down.
Okay.
I'd put you at S
F.
because you went to that 21-day survival thing.
I've done it all. I've choose not to for that reason.
And lastly,
You're gonna say Ludwig, aren't you?
yes.
F tier.
I mean,
I knew you were gonna.
have
hurt.
you ever like?
I mean, yeah, gotta give it back to you.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm putting Ludwig in S or A tier, just because I think Ludwig is a very good natural leader. And when I don't know about you guys, but group projects taught me that groups perform better when there's someone who's willing to step up to the plate and be the leader that the team needs. Now, not every single group of people needs a leader, but there are a lot of people who need people to lead them. I think a lot of people can do their own thing, and that's not a problem, but there's also a lot of people that need to be led. And he also got a cake on him, as Hassan said, which is very important for our calculation. Very important. Where would you put yourself? Let's see. Well, let's see. I'm not squeamish at all. I'm a very mind over matter person. Like, if the body is willing, I should be able to do it. And if I don't, it's my fault and I'm a failure. So those are both really good, I think. I think I have a pretty good nerd build. And I think I'm okay with like tinkering with things and coming up with things on the spot. Currently, I'm trying to build like a pulley system for a cat crate that's remote controlled. And I like took apart this like motorbike, not bike. It's like one of those kids' toys, the remote control kids' toys. And I like took it apart to try and like, basically I enjoy building. I like to build. I'm not squeamish. I can cook from scratch. I know people don't think I can cook, but I can cook. I can skin animals, which I've done before. I don't mind killing animals, which I've done before. I can gut a fish and I can cook fish. Now my cardio is pretty mediocre. I don't know how to make a fire, but I figure somebody else will know. And if not, I know how, what is it called? You can make a fire with like a piece of glass. So I think if I put together enough glasses, I could figure it out. Like I can intuit how to get the fire started via that method until finding like some flint or something. I'm also good at sewing, so I can repair any clothes that fall apart. I'm a great sewer. I'd be sewing. So I think that also would be very, very useful, very helpful. I think I'm like a solid B. I think I'm a solid B. I think if I knew basic survival skills, I've never been camping is the thing. But I think if I knew basic survival skills, I would be S tier. But I'm going to sit at B because I don't know anything about fishing. I've never gone fishing before. I don't know anything about fish traps. I know a little bit about animal traps. I don't know how to make a fire from scratch, which is wood. I understand the concept behind making a fire. You need really, really, really dry wood. Wet wood will never work. And then you need to take like a stick and put it into a piece of dry wood with a bunch of kindling and then go crazy. But I feel like I would fail to do it. I feel like it's so hard, and people who know how to do it struggle with it. I think I would struggle with it. And I think I'm very good at using my surroundings for stuff. Like I'm very good at improvising. And I can sew. So yeah, I think I will sit comfortably at B. I'm not useless. I'm not useless. I am totally, totally not useless. And I'm decently resourceful. If you were forced to bring one conservative commentator, who would it be? Well, definitely not Steven Crowder, because he seems like the definition of like prissy male. Definitely not Ben Shapiro. Probably Joe Rogan, honestly. Yeah, honestly, Joe Rogan would be the best person, only because he actually does have survival skills. Oh, I almost forgot, guys. I have a fat ass, so I still have a lot of calories that I can live off of, even if we're starving for the first couple weeks. So I have weight to lose that will like hold me over, like hold me, like, you know what I mean? So that's also true. I have that as well, which helps me. So yeah. Alex Jones sells those survival buckets. So, survival hump like a camel. No, it doesn't store water in it. Oh, and then I lose points immediately because I can swim barely. I can swim. Like if I washed up, I would be able to get to shore. I'm not great at swimming. I'm really bad at swimming. You would float? No, I would sink definitely between. Well, can't you just float on your ass? That's a good point, actually. Wait, that's a good point. I learned how to swim last year or the year before that. And my swimming is very mediocre. It's like I'm very scared of the ocean. Or rather, I'm scared of bodies of water where my feet don't touch the ground. It's like, I need feet. I need ground. I need ground. My feet have to be on ground. Please. So like that's, yeah, I need feet. No, I meant ground. Sorry. Okay.
Have I ever what?
I don't know, gone camping, like real camping.
Have I ever gone real camping?
Yeah, real camping.
I basically invented the sport. I'm from New Hampshire.
Is he?
He is from New Hampshire,
Is
but
he
what does
from
that
New
have to do with anything?
But that's what we call homes.
Oh, okay.
Look, I've done this. I did 24 hours in the wild, and I had to make a fire by scratch.
I was just about to say, the only thing you got going for you is that if there's like a YouTube angle to it, you've like probably tried it out.
I've gone fishing recently. I had to
Okay.
drink a beer every 30 minutes, and I went fishing. I got really piss drunk, and
Did
so
you catch a fish?
I've done those fish.
Okay.
You the fish.
That's not exactly what I was going for, but I feel like it did come out that way.
Yeah. Okay.
I would
feel like
I would give myself a C tier.
really a C?
Yeah.
I was gonna give you an S.
I feel like I'd be the Mario of surviving in the wild.
No, I think
Oh
you're
my
higher than
God.
that. All jokes
No,
aside, I
he's
know
like
you
he's like an
bumped me up
A
to
or
a
B.
D. I would say you're a D as
You know how you guys ever watch zombie movies and like the worst person is always the person who cracks? It's the person who causes a rift in the group or the person who like they just can't handle it. I think that's honestly like it's worth 2 like letters. It's worth 2 letter grades in my opinion. Like your natural mental fortitude is so important. Because if you can't even get your brain in order, how are you gonna, right? And Ludwig, he seems like nothing could phase him.
well.
I
Here,
feel like you
let's
could
take that.
survive really well.
Is there any other things y'all want to talk about? Any other assumptions?
I would say most of streaming is not this. I think we are in a very select few spots that exist
Yeah.
of being a very big streamer, which we've gotten into through various paths of luck and
Yeah,
and
Yes.
work
we
and
got
whatever.
very lucky. I feel like timing for certain things got us to where we are today.
But
This is an anomaly.
Who out of this group hides that they've been bitten during the zombie apocalypse? I think all 3 of them would hide it for different reasons. I think Valkyrae would hide it because she wouldn't want people to worry about her. And she would have like a game plan set up on like dipping in the middle of the night. So she doesn't have to make other people deal with it. I think Hassan would because he would be a terrified person. He would be terrified. And then I think Lud would hide it because he would be hoping that there would be a cure. And he'd be like, I have to live until the very last second on the off chance that we somehow find a cure. I honestly think Lud, actually, I think Ludwig would immediately amputate whatever body part was bit. If it was like a leg or an arm, I think he would be like, okay, go get the medical saw. I'm not becoming a zombie. I feel like he's that hard. I think he would do that. No, Hassan thinks he got bit, but he wasn't. And then he tells the group anyways. And then that's how he goes out. And during a zombie situation, honestly, you need to have someone who checks everyone for bites and scratches. Yeah. I think you would have to have a bit of a nudist colony for zombie apocalypse. Not like full blown, but just like routine checks.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not normal.
7
It's-
million people go live every month, and like 50,000 are partners, and maybe 10,000 are able to do it full time. So, you know, you're
And like,
looking-
and even through that, you're thinking of when someone thinks of Twitch streaming or YouTube streaming, they're thinking of the top 100 people.
Yeah.
And that is not reflective of the 10,000
Yeah,
that you're
how many
mentioning
people
at
do
all.
stream? Nowadays, people try to get into streaming for money because they see like the top like 1%, like the life that we have is just it's so lucky. Like it's very lucky. It's very rare to have like this kind of life. But I just really feel like if you want to get into streaming, truly do it as a hobby and for fun, and don't just quit your job just to like try streaming. For me, like I was working overtime for like 2 years before I like decided to fully commit to streaming. So it's just take your time with it, have fun, and if it works, then it works. But it's a very timely thing. It's been like years, decades for some of us. It's a long grind.
Okay, someone wanted all of y'all to stand up.
Oh, come on. This is an attack.
All right, well, I mean, it's worse for him, honestly.
Oh, watch out for
I mean,
the light.
do I
Watch
just,
out
like,
for the
stand right
ceiling,
here?
Hassan. Okay.
I,
You are literally
Oh
cheating. Okay, I took my shoes off, so like
bro, you look
Okay.
small as hell.
Are you standing on something? That's
Should
so
I?
funny.
he's
Oh my god, he's on his tippy toes. That's so
He's on
funny.
his tippy toes.
tippy toes.
Okay, can I
Yeah.
can I put my shoes on?
Fuck you, dude. You don't even have
Okay.
shoes
What
on?
happened? Why
No,
did
I
why did
took
that
my
impact
shoes
you?
off. Now I'm gonna put my shoes on.
I'm just sitting relaxed now.
Why did that impact you so much when I just gave you a light push like that?
Stop doing it.
That was a good little fun little thing. Sorry we did not watch any of the other stuff. We spent the whole stream doing that. Whoopsie daisy. Oopsie doopsie. My bad. Ludwig is airbender coded. He is. Cutie is earthbender coded. Ludwig is earth or airbender. Ray is so waterbender coded. She's so waterbender coded.